Hey everyone, welcome back to We All Over the Place. If you're listening and you're a mom, this episode is for you. Today we're talking about something that does not get said out loud enough. Growing up with your child and the guilt that comes with motherhood. Because motherhood doesn't come with a manual. And most of us are learning as we go. Alrighty, you guys. Today, no co-host. It's Mom Shantay by herself today. And we just wanted to dig in deep in regards of growing up together, right? I can speak for myself, just a little backstory. I did have my daughter at 21. So that whole process looked pretty scary. I will not lie. To tell the truth, it was. I remember going back 13 years ago. I was terrified. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I'm bringing this person in the world that they're. My responsibility is making sure that I'm raising them to be the right person to make a difference in this world. And it's just like, what the heck? What do I do to make sure that I'm not raising the next serial killer, the next crazy person? Like, how do I raise someone in this world to be a beacon of light, right? Those are all the things that came through my head at 21. Like, I was an overthinker. So it's just like, how am I going to do this? What do I need to do? How do I take all of this knowledge that I have learned and I poured into this seed to make sure that it blossoms, to be a blessing to the world, not just to me and my family, but to everyone they meet, right? So how do I get my seed to grow? How do I water this seed to grow? It's a beautiful flower. It's just some of the things that came across my mind as 21 and you find out, yeah, you're going to be a mom in 9 months. So we don't talk about enough just growing with your child because 21-year-old me and where I'm at today, 34-year-old me, is two different people, two different thought process, two different ways of how I would handle things, right? So this episode, we're just gonna get in the beauty of growing up with our kids and some of the things that we learned that hey, we might do different. One thing no one really prepares you for is that you don't just raise a child, you grow up alongside them, right? You're learning who they are while you're also learning who you are in this season. You're unlearning things that you were taught. You're trying to do better than what you knew. You're adjusting in real time. Some days you feel confident, and some days you feel like you're guessing. And that doesn't make you a bad mom, it makes you a present one. I love that because sometimes we forget to be present. Sometimes as a mom, it's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot of hats as a mom. So just for instance, I'm a mom. Then I work a full-time job. Then you have after school activities. If my child is in theater, my child is in sport. It's just so many hats as a mom that you do have to take on. You cook, you clean. It's just a lot. And sometimes you lose yourself in that. And sometimes we don't give ourselves enough grace to be like, hey, before all of this and before I was a mom, I was me, right? How do I make that time for myself? So when you realize that you're still learning, there are moments when your child says something or reacts in a way that makes you pause and think, wow, I'm still learning how to handle this. And I would truly say one thing about me, I feel like the stages from I'm gonna say 1 to 10 was I had it down pat. It's like I got it, I got it. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what's gonna happen. I know this is how your day looked, but it started to change as my child started to grow into herself, right? And it became to okay, she want to do this, not maybe what I want to do. She's seeing her life as a different way. How do I adapt? And I will truly say, um, one time I was talking to my friends, and I was just like, it worries me. Like, how do I show up as a mom, as a teenager? Like, how do I stay connected to my child? Where now I have to pull teeth to get to do anything versus that younger her. Oh, she wants to be up under me. Oh, she's right there up under me all the time. And now it's like, oh, mom, I don't want to be bothered. Oh, mom, I'm going to my room. Oh, mom, I don't want to do that. I want to hang with my friends, things of that nature. So, how do I still find time to fit in this equation and just not be so overbearing, right? So, I love that time in trying to figure it out. And like I stated, I would never say I got it together. I don't. I try to figure out every day, everything every day for me is a new journey. Because every day can introduce something different that you've never been exposed to. And we all go through life like, oh, if this would have happened to me, I'll do this, I'll do that. But then when it happens to you, it's like, oh, this is me in this moment. What should I do? Like, it's like those. I remember talking about this and I said I was going to do something different, but now I'm actually in that moment. And my reaction is totally different. And that's okay. Sometimes we have to be okay with those thought processes on how we were going to react to something. And then once we're in that situation, how we actually react. It's called giving grace because lack of knowledge of thinking how we're going to act compared to how we actually going to act once it do take place. So yeah, there are moments and that can feel uncomfortable because as a mom, we feel like we're supposed to already know. But the truth is, every stage is new. Every season asks for something different of you. You're not behind, you're adapting, and that matters. I would truly say, when it comes to adapting, I would truly say it's being a teen mom. I'm learning how to adapt. When it comes to letting my daughter be able to find herself, but still be there to be her biggest cheerleader through it all. I learned how at this stage of where she at, and I do understand I don't know it all, that it's going to be different stages where I'm going to have to be a little bit more hands-on and when to not be as hands-on. So yeah, I would truly say that we all have to learn how to grow with our kiddos. Now, and I have to say too with my child, I just sometimes I'd be like, I'm learning this with you. Like we'll go back and reminisce on the times. And she'd be like, Mom, you remember when you did this? And I was like, you do know at that time, I thought I was doing the best that I can. And something that I tell all parents, all new moms, make sure when you're raising your kiddos that you're giving it your best. As we know with our parents, we're gonna they're gonna always say we did something wrong. But I feel like you are at peace with yourself once you be like, hey, in that moment I thought I was doing what's best. And when your child do come back to you and be like, hey, this was not the best. You just I understand how you feel in that moment, but be at peace with knowing I gave it my all. Like I did the best that I can do at that moment. And I think sometimes we have to give ourselves grace with that as well to be able to get through this, to be able to be like, yeah, I did give myself peace in regards of it. And we were able to get through it. Hopefully, no one got hurt through the process. Yeah. All right, another thing that's out along in this, sorry, you guys, I'm a little stuffy and congested. This crazy weather in Texas. 1 minute it's hot, 1 minute it's cold. We have snow, we don't have snow, we have rain. It's just all over the place. But bear with me. I'm so dedicated to getting this podcast out because I feel like sometimes moms do not have that safe space to be honest about motherhood. Like, just really be honest about it. We have people sometimes just be like, oh, I love being a mom. I love being pregnant. I love doing this. But I just want us to take a moment and let's be real. Like, do we love doing it 24/7? And the answer would be heck no. Sometimes being a mother is very overwhelming. Sometimes being a mother is causing you to show up when you're sick, when you're tired, and you just don't even have the energy. But you have to pull through every day for those kiddos. And that's what makes this job, I would say, the hardest job ever. The hardest job because at the end of the day, it's no manual. There's no handbook saying that you're doing this right, you're doing this wrong. And then you just have to wait until your kids grow up and be like, oh yeah, I did raise a good kid. I'm looking back and this kid, I did do right. I did do right. We have to understand no one is perfect. And that's something that I tell any new parent that I do meet. And I tell them, be okay and learn how to control your controllables once you become a parent. And I was, just to go back, I was and still am somewhat a control freak. So I had to have control over everything that's going on. Um, when my child was one, a little bit, no, before she made one, she suffered from like 6 months to right before one. So I'd say 6 months to 11 months. She suffered from febrile seizures. So basically, it means when she would get sick, her fever would spike up so high that it would cause seizures. During that time, that's when I learned that I did not have control once having a child. A couple of times during those process, my child would stop breathing. eyes rolling in the back of her head. I'm a new mom. I did not know what to do. I'm freaking out. Thank God my mom was with me in the process. Every time we were able to get her to the hospital in a timely manner. But that's when I learned very, very in the beginning that parenthood is not something I can control. Things is gonna always happen outside of my control, but I just need to learn how to pivot in these moments and how to adjust to it to be the best person I need to be for myself and my child in the moment, right? But I do want to say thank God. Once she turned 1, she did grow out of those febrile seizures. Anyone has dealing with it, I wish you nothing but the best, and they do grow out of it with time. So just keep that in mind. And that was just a focus on like, hey, you won't be able to control everything when it comes to parenting. It's a lot of outside your control from school, from what's going on at school, what's not going on at school. It's a beautiful, beautiful blessing. It's how I can describe motherhood. Now, another thing in motherhood that don't get talked about a lot is mom guilt. Mom guilt is real. You get guilt for working, guilt for resting, guilt for being tired, guilt for not being presented enough, guilt for not having all the answers. Sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, your voice is whispering you could have done more. But what I want to clarify is doing your best count, even when it does not look perfect. Please, please, mom, stop trying to figure out and live this perfect mom world or copy the mom that you had. Like I tell my mom all the time, hey, you're a superwoman. And I tell her, I don't know how you remember. I don't know how you did it. I know as a mom, I have not showed up like that way that my mom have did in certain situations. Sometimes my mom, you don't even have to. It's like she don't think she already know what to do. She know, hey, we're going this place. I know we need to have this, this, and that. And me, I'll be a little slow. Like, okay, we'll just buy when we get there. Like that's just my thought process. So I know if I was to look to compare myself to my mom, there's some shoes that I never could feel. So I learned how to parent on my own terms, right? So I don't face that mom guilt like maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I do work too much. And I just feel sometimes when that mom guilt do come in, we overcompensate. I know I have a bad habit of doing it. Like if I feel like, oh, gee, I worked all these hours, now I'm finna go do whatever you want to do. I have it bad. Like if I feel like I worked so many hours, didn't give you enough attention, okay, let's go shopping. Let's go do something. Whatever you want to do. But we have to learn that, hey, we're showing up the best we can. Do not let that mouth guilt get a hold of you and it gets you down. Like, you are the best. And I'm going to tell you that you're a great mom. You are special. Those kiddos need you. So please don't get down on yourself. And someone always told me as well, your kids always watching you. So if they see you down and depressed, that's going to reflect on them. So always remember when you have that moment, if you have to go back and listen to me say, you got this, girl. You've got this. You are a great mom. You're holding it together well. Just not just for you, for your family, for your kids, for your spouse, for whoever you're holding together with. You got this. You're doing a great job. And I want you to look in the mirror every morning or every day when you're starting to feel less than and like, hey, I'm not showing up like I'm supposed to be as a mom today. And I want you to look in that mirror and say, you got this. You got this. You will get through this. This is a season and you will get through it. And you're doing the best that you can. And just make sure you're always pouring into yourself throughout this whole process. So, like I stated, your child does not need a perfect mom. They need a real one who listens, one who apologizes when needed, one who grows. Your mistakes do not define you. Your effort does. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can say to your child is, I'm learning too. And that's one thing about me. My daughter, no, take no. I would definitely say, I'm learning this just like how you're learning it. So if I bump my head and you fall a little bit too, just know I'm going to be there to pick you up. We got this together. And I just believe in teamwork. And like as she get older, I'm like, hey, we're a team. Like in order for our team to work, help me help you along the way for we can have this team that works and we can function the correct way. So when you allow yourself grace, you're teaching your child how to give themselves grace. Like I stated, the little ones is always watching, even when we don't think they're watching. They're picking up on every little thing that we're doing, right? When you rest, you show them that rest is allowed. When you set boundaries, you start show them self-respect. When you admit you do not have it all together, you show them honesty. You do not have to be flawless to be a good example. You have to be willing. Now, I would have to say, my daughter used to think I was just such a perfect mom, and I did no wrong. And I was just such a, how can I say it, Christian lady that did everything right. COVID happened. When COVID happened, we was together more. So she saw those moments of I like to listen to me some raunchy music. I'm from Louisiana, and I truly say as much, and I try to get my life in order, which is pretty much it. I have my mom as well. I have to listen to Louisiana big city music. Like I just have those raunchy moments. And my daughter went doing COVID time. She's like, "Mom, you listen to that?" I was like, "Unfortunately, yes, I do." She never knew because I never listened to that around her. Growing up, I just let her listen to gospel music or oldies. My daughter is 13 and love oldies, okay? Like old school R&B, things of that nature. So during COVID time, she started to see that, oh, my mom is not this perfect person. She goes through things. During that time, I lost family members, so she saw me go through grief and how that looks, saw me crying and battling that. So during that time, she was able to learn that, oh, my mom is not perfect. At first, I used to be like, I want to be this perfect mom, but then I realized I was setting her up for something that was not realistic, right? We don't live in a perfect world. Things gonna happen, mistakes gonna happen. So I was glad for her to notice that, hey, my mom, it's not that perfect as I think. And then as she get older, she was like, Mom, I needed that because now I know you're not perfect. So I don't have to measure up to be that perfect as well. So sometimes, like I stated, the imperfections of you is helping mold them. And sometimes you can come back and have a I'm sorry, I can't even talk. Have a conversation in regards of that imperfect moment and how it helped your child. Sometimes it helped them in a positive way that we never even know about until they do tell us, right? Another thing, like I stated in the beginning, we have to let go of comparison. It's something that you will always hear me speak on every podcast. As I talk to more moms or I talk to other young girls, this is the center of things. Everyone likes to compare themselves to someone. Somebody comparing themselves to the TikTok mom that have all her house and gadgets together. But we don't know how many video takes it took for her to organize that refrigerator, to get the house clean. How many times did you clean up a day? Because let's be honest, you have to clean up a couple of times a day to get that floor clean, a mop behind the kids if you have pets, things of that nature. But it is easy to compare yourself to other moms. But remember, you don't see their full story. You don't see the late nights. You don't see the doubt, the tears, the prayers. Your motherhood journey is your own. And it's allowed to look different. Like I stated, we only know what's inside of our homes. We can look at a whole bunch of moms and be like, oh my gosh, they got this together, they got this together. But we don't know that prayer that they cry. We don't know them late night tears. Because people tell me all the time, oh, you just got motherhood together. And I'm like, you don't know the prayers that I prayed over my child, my household. You don't know the prayers that I pray over myself daily. Like, God, make sure that I'm the mom that you need me to raise this child, to be a vessel to your kingdom. So it's so much that goes into it that we don't see. So please don't compare yourself to it. You have your own motherhood journey, and it looks great for you and your kiddos, no matter what the outside world might think or say. So, and if you believe all of that, here's something for comforting, right? God entrusted your child to you, not by accident. He sees your heart. He knows your intention, and he gives grace when you feel guilt. You're not failing, you're becoming. I love that. I love it. I love it. I'm not going to say clocking. My daughter said I say it on every episode, but I love it. Please, moms, please, please. If you don't get anything from this, please give yourself grace. Stop holding yourself to an imaginary standard that you feel like you have to be this imperfect person or you have to fake and be someone you're not. Your kids see it, your family see it. Be true to yourself and always be true to your kiddos. That's all that matters at the end of the day, not the outside world or not what anyone think of you. So if you're feeling guilt today, I want you to pause and take a breath. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. Like, just let it go. It's okay. You got this. You're going to breathe in. And we're going to just let that go for one moment, right? Let it go. And then we're going to remember you showed up, you cared, you tried. And that matters more than you know. That matters more than you know. That you showed up for your kids, that you showed up for your family, that you showed up for yourself. Let's give a round of applause for showing up for you, because sometimes in motherhood, we lose who we are and our identity becomes a mom. But before you was a mom, you were you first. And that's something that I struggled with as a my child was younger, because it was just so much pouring that I had to remember, hey, you were Shantay first. What are you still doing for Shantay that you stay grounded in who you are in this motherhood as well? So please, please keep that in mind as well. And I want to say thank you guys for spending this time with me, for us to go over Mom Corner and speak on things about growing up with our kids, mom guilt, which is something that's real. So please, if you want to see more of these talks, please let me know. Like, comments, and subscribe below. Put in what you would like to see us talk about. And once again, this is We All Over the Place, where we grow and learn and give ourselves grace. Until next time, Mama, be gentle with yourself. Remember, God loves you, He sees you, and you're special. We love you too. Until next time.